officers, mostly central government, bypass the recruitment process by appointing authorities, by engaging individuals on short-term local contracts, and in most cases, without process. This is a common thing. Right now, we have a ministry which are going to soon, where more than 40% of the staff are on contracts. And yet, staff who can be employed on permanent employment are available. Why do you continue to have people on contracts, short-term contracts? What are the benefits? So the human resource managers who are manipulating this will also be soon put to task to explain. Beyond active payroll fraud, the recent and audit by the Auditor General revealed critical vulnerabilities where corruption networks manipulate the terminal benefits of retired public servants. Honorable Mururu, because I hope you don't manipulate yours. But you told me I've already got to retirement package. And exploit the vulnerability of the elderly retirees through several distinct methods. One, corrupt officials intentionally misplace, hide, or delay retirees' paperwork. These files are held hostage until the elderly citizen agrees to pay a cash bribe or a fixed percentage of their lump sum gratuity upfront to get the files processed. Please don't allow this to happen. Deliberate manipulation of the calculation variables within the pension software by inflating service lengths. Somebody served 20 years, some they manipulate to get 30. Falsifying final salary scales, maybe it was U3 or U2, then they put in a new one, or altering commutation factors. They generate massive unauthorized gratuity payouts for select retirees in exchange of pre-arranged split of the excess public cash. This is all corruption. This has, though, likely now we are countering this through the human capital management system. Of course, sometimes there's also failure to update the National Pension Register when a retiree passes away and continue payment, and then they continue paying the benefits. When local governments gratuity funds are limited, accounting officers bypass the standard chronological queue of retirees. They selectively redistribute large gratuity checks to officers who offer substantial cash inducement, forcing compliant and honest retirees to face years of delayed payments. All this is made within the bracket and ambit of the accounting office. To systematically enforce the presidential directives and eliminate these malpractices across all local government jurisdictions, the Ministry of Public Service submits the following. 1. Mandatory integration of all selection, vetting, shortlisting, and appointment workflows onto the centralized online system, the human capital management system. This is one of the systems. Sure, all these
Is not in use. Please remember to remove the USB dongle.
Managed by the public service, setting up secure encrypted digital photos, managed by the Public Service Commission for reporting job extortion. We are also programming the payroll system to automatically move employees from active pay to the pension register on their 60th birthday. Once you cross 60, don't come back to say, no, my birth date was misplaced. Because that's what happens. When somebody is about to cross 60, comes to say, no, they entered the wrong date. I'm not yet 60, I have 3 years to go. No, this time, the name, the NIRA, and all the systems are connected. What you have in NIRA is what we have on the payroll, is what we have in our systems, is what we have on the human capital management system. So there is no way you're going to manipulate unless you start the manipulation maybe from NIRA, but not from the payroll. We are going to shorten the disciplinary procedures in public service as already guided by the Honorable Attorney General. This is coming. Because, as I told you, even during break, somebody came and said, disciplining a public servant is very difficult. Even where you have evidence, it takes forever. Now, the Attorney General has guided this, and we are going to shorten the procedure of disciplining a public servant following those guidelines of the using the human capital management system to automatically move every employee from the active payroll to the pension register on mandatory retirement. This blocks human intervention, stops the money extension of active pay codes, and prevents the retention of unauthorized names in the payroll register ledger. Cows are aware that what I'm talking about, they're aware of all this. Linking the National Pension Payroll directly with the National Identification and Registration Authority biometric database, whereby the retirees are made to complete regular biometric validation to confirm they are alive before pension amounts are released. Eliminating ghost profiles and satisfied. Honorable members in the room, I think are aware, next year, 2027 budget, we have a pension, public service pension fund. Start becoming active. It's a contributory scheme. Thanks to the Honorable Mukasa's efforts, we have had this now mature. So come next year, government will have a pension contributory scheme, which we think within a short time will even grow beyond the levels of the NSSF, because government will be contributing 10% of the retirees better than what has been the case now. Colleagues, public office is a public trust. If you are given a public office, it means that they put trust in you right from the head of state to the appointing authority or down the ranks. So we need to respect those officers, and the wage bill belongs to the taxpayers of Uganda. All these taxpayers, whether they're in the public sector, whether the private sector, they contribute to the wage bill. So all of them look at this, and we should avoid wasting their money and misusing their money through the actions I've talked about of inflating payrolls, of failing to use the money where it is required. We should all be guarded against this. The Ministry of Public Service stands fully committed to this interagency alliance. We will continue to do all it takes to expose corruption, enforce strict pay rules, and ensure clean, transparent service delivery of our citizens. Let us work together. Let us eliminate these malpractices from our local governments. Ladies and gentlemen, It's very painful to see a 48-year gentleman or a 70-year-old man like myself running through the bushes because he's running away from Balaam. Because he's fearing to be able to answer to actions he did. It's very, very embarrassing. You know, the coats are running that way, the ties are going to the other side. Men have seen gentlemen, I don't know if the ladies also run, but I hope the ladies don't run. I don't know. But maybe Madame Namene knows how to handle them without telling them to run. But please, jokes apart, let's all be committed that we should fight this menace among ourselves. The issues of the disparities in pay, at least this one you can see government will make efforts. Government has really tried and it's trying. And we need you also to explain this to our people. The other day I was meeting the trade unions. Every trade union is asking for salary increment, salary increment, salary increment. But you tell them, yes, you are asking for salary increment, but then you also need roads, you also need schools, you also need hospitals. So let's go slow. Government is committed. There was a commitment government made, and it is implementing it state by state. Recently, you saw the salary enhancements which were made. Have they gone across board? Maybe not yet, but the commitment is there. Hoping that we move towards the 500 billion target, then all these issues of salary enhancement will be history. We shall all come to terms with the salaries which we expect. But we can't, government cannot do everything at a go. We have to do it phase by phase, and please you, as leaders out there, explain this to us. That the government is committed, but we have to go slow. When you talk to the PSST, will tell you, I'm running a cash economy. The money that comes in is the money I spend, is the money I give. The alternative is you to say, government, keep borrowing the money, even for salary increment, which of course will not be making sense. Because salary is not, is what we call consumptive. It's not like infrastructure, it's not like the roads, it's not like the airports. So let's all be part of the journey together. The resources which come to you, put them to good use. Put them where they're supposed to go. And then we become frugal in our expenditure, and then we shall be able to improve. With those, Honorable Minister, I want to thank you for allowing me to come and be part of this process. As we discussed with you, I'm happy that we've been able to pull this off, and I hope that this will not be a one-off, and possibly whenever there's a, maybe if it was not to be expensive, at every end of the quarter, we check and see where are we? Where have we reached? Yeah, where what is still lacking? Otherwise, it should not be short talk. We should be able to say, these were delivered as a result of our meeting on such and such a day, and this is where we are going next. And I thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for turning up, and thank you for supporting.
Another clap for the Katunga. Now we will be joined on the floor by Minister of State, Minister in charge of security, our father as well, a revolutionary, rather than General then also we have the minister in charge of food and fish, but he has all the frogs and cows, animals. That is another, maybe brother Frank Tubelazi. Like I told you, our approach will be one government, and we are going to have one government approach. He has a station of staff, So the next person to make a presentation will be Honorable Zainul Mukasa, our father as well, to guide us on how best we can achieve the aspiration and the dream of the president of having improved service delivery and zero tolerance to corruption in local governments.
The Honorable Minister, Local Government, Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Ministers who are here today, Permanent Secretaries, all of you, leaders of the local governments, allow me to write on the protocol that has been clearly stated this morning. I wish to thank the Honorable Minister for organizing this forum today, and also to thank you for turning up in large numbers and being very, very attentive. Thank you very much indeed. The subject is indeed a very, very important subject, and it demands our attention. It's one of the pricking points in the delivery of service to our country. I think I'm going to be very brief because many of the issues have been raised, and also the subject we are talking about is not strange. It is something we have lived with for some time, something that is challenging us, and something for which we are looking for solutions so that we move forward without any problem. We know what corruption means, really. Simply put, it is the use of public office for private personal gain or gratification. And the gain is not only in terms of money. No, there are gains or gratifications are various. Could be favors, could be promotion, could be nepotism, it could be promises, even promises of employment and so on. Now, this is a subject that has bothered mankind for a long time. Some of you who are Christians know really when you read in the Bible, there are aspects of that corruption there. We have in our cultures the aspects of corruption. But it means, therefore, that much has been around, it cannot be fought or it cannot be minimized up to zero level. There are many causes of it, and I think we're also aware of this. First of all, we are actually transiting aspects of our culture. Aspects of our culture today include now what we think or we term as corruption.